Hi, I'm Anna from the Sewing Studio, and we're going to be talking you through the Janome Atelier 7 today. If you're watching us from America, then it's the Skyline 7. We've got the lovely Jane from Janome with us. Hi Jane.
Good morning, Anna, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Okay, so we're going to have a quick overview of the lovely Atelier 7
please.
now. So we're going up again. We've got 240 stitches on this machine with
Nice.
11 buttonholes.
11.
And again, it's the 8¼ inch throat space on the machine with a 9mm stitch width.
Nice.
So it does make a massive difference. We get the free arm, which comes off quite easily, so you can free arm. And again, the easy change stitch plate on here.
Yes.
So there's a vast range of accessories with this. So we will have a very quick run around some of them in a minute.
Yes.
There's a couple of extras on this that you don't get on the Atelier 6.
We detail a list of all the accessories that comes with all our machines on our website.
We do have some extra ones on here. So again, I'm going to pop the machine on. We've got the lovely LED lighting again, which is brilliant.
Ta-da!
It's excellent for when you're working.
Yeah, it's nice and bright, even in this light.
Yeah, the LED lights. And again, the Enzo pen is, it's really easy to clean it as well when you need to do that. So I'm going to pop the lid, well, we'll have a quick talk around the inside the lid first. So you've got basically different categories now. It's slightly different how it works on the screen. So you've got utilities, buttonholes, we've got a vast range of applique stitches, quilting stitches on here, a huge range of quilting, satin stitch, and then we've got decoratives. We've also got the straight stitch plate, which we've talked about before. That's brilliant for your quilting, for your 1/4 inches, straight stitching. If we change it, the machine knows, so it won't let you do any stitches that are going to damage the machine at all. So we've also got on here, some of these are greyed out, some of the stitches, and they're for ones that you can mirror image. Okay. So it tells you on there ones you can do with it. We've also got, I'm going to pop the lid down, it's going to make it easy. We'll have a quick run around the top later because it's a lot more on the screen on this machine. So we're coming on the standard screen and it's all touch screen, so I can just literally touch to change my stitches. If I want to come in and select some of the other stitches, that will bring me up all the different categories of stitches. So I can just select, oh gosh, where should we go? We'll go for quilt stitches. And then you can just run through on the bottom here. It will take you through the different pages of stitches. We've still got the automatic lockout function, so we can lock the machine out, so it's perfectly safe and nothing will work if you leave it. The only thing that will work is the automatic foot lift on here. So we haven't touched on that yet. That's a really nice feature. So we can take that off. So it's an automatic foot lift, so every time you can set the machine so that every time you sew, it will stop with the needle in the work and it lifts the foot automatically for you. So it's very handy, so you're totally hands-free with it. And it's also, when you do the automatic cut at the end, it will automatically cut the threads and lift the foot for you. Okay. It's something you get used to very, very quickly.
Yes.
There's lots and lots of different features on here. We've also got sewing applications on this machine, which is on the end, and it's got different categories here, and it tells you exactly how to put a concealed zip in, things like that. So it's really, really useful with you. It's got lots of little tutorials. So I'm going to go through onto the next page. You've got your patchwork. So if we're doing patchwork piecing, you can then sew, and you can set it so it will sew exactly the same length seam again and again. So if you're doing some chain piecing, it's brilliant for doing that. We've also got the little tiny quilt feet. These are absolutely brilliant. They are little free motion quilt feet that clip on the machine. All the instructions are in the book and it will set it. And it's brilliant for your free motion quilting because they don't hop. This is like what people call a hopping foot. I
was going to say they look different from.
They are different. They glide over it, and again within the machine settings, you can alter the top foot height as well as the foot pressure.
So because it's got the electronic foot control, you can set the height of those.
Yes. So if you've got a really heavy quilt, you can take it up. And if you've got something really fine that you're doing, then you can take it down a little bit for you. There's so many features on the machine. Again, the manual is excellent. It's all in there. So then if we want to have a quick whiz around what we get with the machine.
Yeah, I noticed this one's different.
We've got Stitch Composer here. Yes. You've got your instruction on DVD. Stitch Composer. There's a USB port on the end of the machine. So you can, it's Microsoft, so you can compose your own stitches and create your own stitches on the software. And then you can put it on a memory stick. And you can stitch them out. So if you've got a fabric with a tiny little print on it, you think, I'd quite like to duplicate that, have a go with Stitch Composer. And you can make your own stitches and you can save them. The machine now, we're coming up, it's got a memory on it. So we can now save them onto the machine if we need to. So let's just pop through here. Here's the memory on here. The setting, you can actually set the machine to suit yourself. Let me just pop onto here. Where are we going? Put on the quilting stitches. So you can set the machine. There's so much you can do with this machine. So another really handy feature on this machine is we can go into settings and we can personalise so many things to suit ourselves. We've also got a favourite stitch adjustment on here and a resume mode. They're both very handy. Resume mode is great if you switch the machine off. You've been sewing away on a project and you suddenly realise you can't remember the stitch length or width you were using. So long as you've been sewing with the stitch, when you put the machine back on again, it will ask you if you want to resume your last stitch.
Yeah.
And it will take you back to the exact settings and stitch that we're using when the machine was on before.
That's really handy.
And the favourite stitch adjustment allows you to override the factory default settings on a stitch. I find that really useful for applique.
Yes. If you
So you can override them and you
longer.
can save your settings. Then when you finish your project, you can just go back to the default settings on the machine. So there's so many features on here. It just was taking a little bit of time to go through them all.
Yes, and the all-important manual.
And the all-important manual. It's a lovely, clear manual, as always. Janome do fabulous manuals. And it's very, very easy to use. It's a cup of tea and a biscuit when you get the machine. And just have a little read through. And again, switch the machine on and play with it and do some samples so you're getting familiar with how everything works on the machine.
So who is this machine ideally aimed at?
This is probably aimed for slightly more experienced, so maybe somebody who's got maybe a mechanical machine or a 230 DC or a 360, and they want something with a larger throat space and capacity for a lot more stitches and the alphabet and everything on there. And it's got so many features on it as well, so it's ideally placed. You don't have to be an experienced sewer. You can start on this level machine if you wanted. Just go straight in with it.
Yeah, and the Atelier range has 4 machines, doesn't
It's
it?
got
So
4
where does this one
machines.
sort of sit within the range?
This sits next to the top. So we've got the Atelier 3,
Yeah.
the Atelier 6. This is the Atelier 7. Then we have the Atelier 9, which is the same sewing as this machine,
Yeah.
but it's got the added advantage of the computerised embroidery with it. Mm-hmm. So that's the main difference on those two machines.
So it's kind of the top end of the
It's
sewing
the top
side.
end of the Atelier ones. This is top end sewing, yes.
Okay, brilliant. So there's a 2-year warranty with this machine. That's with us here at the Sewing Studio. There's a card in the box that details all the information about the warranty for you and details of should you wish to extend that with Janome. You'll find that in the box there. And at the Sewing Studio, we have one of the largest ranges of sewing machines available online at extremely competitive prices, so it's unlikely you'd find it cheaper somewhere else. But if you do, just let us know. We offer a free track delivery service, so you know exactly when the machine's going to arrive. And we have good, honest customer service. We've got a great relationship with Janome, so we can offer you lifetime support with your machine. Thank you, Jane, for your time today.
You're very welcome.
And if you're watching on our YouTube channel, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon.